Hello, who are you and where are you from?
My name's Miles McCracken. I'm from Washington State.
All right, and what do you do?
I work at a hotel.
All right, and where are we right now, I guess?
Santa Cruz at the library, Santa Cruz, California.
And so, has the climate changed much since you were a kid?
I would say yes, noticeably. Like, I grew up in a mountain town, and you could see the snow line start to creep on down the mountain noticeably over 20 years. You know, if you have any kind of steep incline, you know, that's a real good indicating factor. I read a lot about it, so that kind of might be some negative feedback where you're getting information where the scientists are all saying that yes, this is occurring, and so it reinforces the idea in your head. But I think physically I've noticed it, you know, and it's just warmer, you know, like when you see the temperatures come across the news constantly and things like that.
All right, and then what about every day? Are you worried about it? And say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most worried or most concerned, where would you put yourself?
I would say 15 years ago I was a 9 or a 10, but then I think we crossed, in 2012, we crossed that tipping point. I don't remember how many parts per billion. I think it was like 4. You know, it was a lot. You know, I don't remember the exact statistic, but it was real obvious that you kind of had the collapse with when you started to see like Greenland and the permafrost starting to release methane, and it's just an ecosystem, and then, you know, like you take one little puzzle piece and the whole thing can kind of crumble, and we saw that, I think, in a real visible way. Ocean temperatures, but most people are aware of the issue now. I think the message has gotten out. There's, like anything controversial, there's clingers, but I think as far as the message, the war has been won. We're going to act on this. Our addiction to oil, you know, we're gonna have to totally restructure the economy, you know, all trucking, all shipping, which is fundamental to our economic system, relies on oil, you know, and America is an oil country, you know, and so we're gonna have to fundamentally rethink what we're doing in the future at this point.
And well, that leads into the last question.
Yeah.
What are you an optimist or a pessimist about the future, and what can we do about it?
Kind of relying on my last answer is I think we bottomed out. I think we hit a real noticeable point where it's obvious that humans are affecting the temperature. And then, you know, I have a lot of family that's more conservative, and they bring up a lot of the alternative evidence, as I like to call it. Like the Farmer's Almanac predicted there'll be a warming period right now, but they never actually look into it. That's what their friends tell them. Or the corona of the sun is ejecting. The sun has a magnetic field called it's corona that it ejects every so often, and it was significant over the last 10 years. And to me that has nothing to do with greenhouse gases attaching themselves in the atmosphere and trapping heat. I mean, those are just two separate scientific incidences. So as soon as we sort of remove some of these barriers that are, you know, the stalwart climate deniers are holding on to, I think we will see some significant progress. I think to shorten it up, I'm an optimist. I think we've realized as a species that we can't keep pumping methane and carbon into the atmosphere and survive. And industrialization's been around less than 200 years, and that's how fast, you know, a 4.6 billion year old pound, or whatever the number is, you know, I think it's 4.6 still, 4.7 maybe, billion year old planet, you know, like in a matter of 200 years we almost made it uninhabitable just by pumping all that carbon out in the atmosphere. So I think people are aware of it. I think we're going to have, you know, 100 years where we're just like trying to figure out how we heal the planet and heal the oceans. But I think the worst happened, and now that it's looking good, like I think we're going to do something about it that's effective in the future. I think some of the science is there, the economics isn't there. Like, how do you make these things affordable compared to the competing energy sources, etc. So, I'm an optimist. I think we're aware that we screwed up, and that we're gonna start adjusting the way we move things around and move ourselves around and produce food and all of the above.
Very good.
Thank you.
And today on the 24th of April here in Santa Cruz, California. Thank you very much.
Thank you.